Hello there everybody, and welcome back! Off screen I went ahead and I did a little bit of grinding in between episodes. You can now see I'm level 4, which is a pretty good level at this point in the game. We are going to be going up against our first boss soon, so I really think that level 4 is a good place to be for now. I would say level 4 with the long sword or level 5 with the short sword. We made it to Zepik village in the last video, and I think rather than talk to every single person like what I've been doing, we're gonna do a short side quest, and then we'll just go ahead and talk to the important people before starting on our actual adventure, because we haven't really done a whole lot of exploration. It's just been a lot of talking at this point. So we're going to talk to the woman outside the house on the southwestern part of Zepik, basically south of the entrance just as you come in. So this lady's name is Iris, and she's gonna tell us about her husband Luta. He was gone when she woke up this morning. He was probably sleepwalking again. Where on earth could he be this time? And we are now going to find her missing husband, and guess what? In order to do that, we are going to have to go all the way back to Barbados, believe it or not. But that's alright, because it is a pretty short walk, all things considered, and this will also allow you to see how you grind in this game. Obviously, pretty self-explanatory if you know how to do the bumping battle system. You just walk into enemies and kill them. Now, I probably seem incredibly overpowered, being able to take care of most enemies in one hit, but the bosses in this game are incredibly difficult, and that's really the main reason that you want to keep yourself well equipped and well grinded. I find that most of the enemies in this game scale up pretty significantly in difficulty as we go on throughout dungeons and whatnot, so you do have to be on your toes, but it's really the boss battles of this game that are kind of out to get you. And as soon as you exit a screen and reappear, enemies will reappear on the screen, and in some cases you don't even have to go that far. You can just defeat enemies, walk a couple steps away, and they will reappear. So if I defeat this oak rot, and then I walk a little bit this way, and I go back, he will reappear. So it's really fast and efficient to grind. You are going to have to do a lot of grinding, just because a lot of enemies don't offer a whole lot of gold or experience, but they definitely don't give you any sort of shortage of enemies to fight. And before we know it, we are back in Barbados Port. So we need to go to the clinic, and we can see that Dr. Bluto is talking to a patient. Are you sure about this? If they're available, the militia will gladly escort you back to Zepik village. No need to worry, I can make it back on my own. First and foremost, I need to go and comfort my wife. Alright then, I won't argue. I just wish I could be of more assistance. I'm afraid I simply have no treatment for chronic sleepwalking. Think nothing of it. I appreciate everything you've done, Dr. Bluto. Well then, if you'll excuse me. Oh my, pardon me. So there's Luta, that's the man we were looking for, and now we need to follow him and make sure that he makes it home okay. You can go back to his wife at this point, but she'll tell you that he hasn't yet made it home, and it's not worth walking all the way back to Zepik for if you know where to go. So from here we're going to be going back to Medea and back into the northern field. And we're going to go to an area that we haven't really been to yet. There's a couple of unique enemies in that area to fight if you so desire. But there's not really a whole lot else there except for what we're going to be doing for this side quest. So now that we're in the field, instead of going to the east, we're going to be heading a little bit more west. And west is also where the abandoned mine is, and where the village of Raston used to be. We will be coming back to the mine later, but that's going to be much later. So if you keep following the screens northwest, and you come to this screen, you'll be able to hear Luta getting attacked. So now you need to find him and help him. He's stuck in a corner. After a little bit of searching, you'll find him. Ah, thank you so much. I don't know who you are, but you really did save my life. Ah, wait a moment. I believe I saw you at the Barbados Clinic, did I not? Please, pardon my awful manners. My name is Luta Jeba, from Zepik village. Adol gave his name and explained that Luta's wife was quite concerned about him. I see, so I've made her worry again. Damn my sound sleeping. Why does nothing wake me when I sleepwalk? I've had this problem for 6 months, ever since the storm wall appeared. And look at that! Once again, I've wound up in the middle of nowhere, trying to get back home. Which way is Zepik village, or would you be able to escort me there, perchance? And luckily, we warp back there automatically. Oh, my dearest Luta. I am so sorry for causing such a fuss. I thought for sure the monsters had eaten your face off. Well, that's a nice thing to say to your husband. I was very worried. Your imagination runs wild, my dear, almost scarily so, but I'm alright. This is Adol. He rescued me from the brink of certain demise. Did he now? Thank you, lad. How can I ever repay you for what you've done? Adol, if you'll please excuse us, we have some business to attend to. I am in your debt, my friend. 1,000 thanks for saving my life. Right. Business. From that, you get 500 experience, which at this point is pretty valuable. That will probably help you gain a level or be well on your way to gaining a level. And that's gonna save a lot of time on grinding if you don't like grinding, you're not much of a grinding person, and you just want to take that route instead. That's a definite option. And we can also talk to Luta about his sleepwalking and why he does it. I've worried my wife greatly and I am deeply ashamed. I do wonder, though, if there's some deeper reason behind my bouts of sleepwalking. In my dreams, I always hear a strange voice calling me. It's the voice of a young girl, though I can never ascertain where she is. Yet always I feel obligated to respond and seek her out. So I wander, both in my dream and in reality. So something to do with the storm wall. I wonder why the storm wall has picked him in particular to sleepwalk. A little bit of an interesting tale. And once you've done that, you'll also add Luta and his wife Iris to your notebook. And it doesn't sound like his sleepwalking is going to stop anytime soon, but we've at least fixed the situation temporarily. The second building I'm going to go into is the mayor's house. It's the house with the giant axe outside the door. So this is the mayor, obviously. Young man, where did you come from? Ah, from Barbados. You know Dr. Bluto then. Good, good. I have something to tell you, but you must promise me that you will not let the other villagers know about it. Will you keep this conversation between us? Yes, of course. This village's charm of protection, the silver bell, has been stolen by thieves. I desperately wish to get it back. If worse comes to worse, I'll pay any price the thieves may ask. Will you negotiate with them on my behalf? I'd ask the villagers, but they simply mustn't know of this. Yeah, sure. You'll do it. Thank you so much. The thieves' den is north of the village on the mountain road. If you meet their leader, please tell him that I'll pay whatever price he asks for the bell. I'm counting on you, young sir. So the silver bell was mentioned by a villager in Minia, I believe. It's a charm that keeps the town safe from monsters, and obviously that is going to be paramount to the villagers' safety, and the mayor wants it back. We are going to try our best to look into that matter, but can't really do anything with that right now. The third house we're going to go into is the one on the easternmost side of town. It's got a little vegetable garden outside of it. And this is Jeba's house. Now, Jeba is Sara's aunt. Sara gave us our crystal and told us to go to her aunt, so here we are. I see, so you're the swordsman Sara has been seeking all this time. You intend to find the Book of Ys within the shrine, do you? I believe you'll be needing this key then. And she gives us the shrine key. Sara had mentioned that the book seems to be in the shrine, so we need the key to get in there, obviously. The ruins atop the mountain were once known as Solomon's Shrine. If one of the books of Ys is there, it will no doubt be somewhere in the shrine's lower levels. The entrance to the lower levels is well hidden, but that crystal will show you the way. Virtually anything may await you in there, however. Make certain you're well prepared before you go. Okay. That pretty much gives us the green light to go ahead and enter our first dungeon, and we can get there by traveling the northern road. Now be careful when you go out here, there's going to be some pretty upgraded enemies from the one we're fighting out in the field. Obviously nothing too dangerous because I can still one-shot them. This is a good place to grind as well because you get 8 experience from each encounter, and you also get quite a bit of gold. So if you're just looking to maybe grind up your level a little bit, you're looking to get a little bit extra gold for some better equipment, some additional items, that kind of thing, then this is a really, really great place to do it. And it's also going to be necessary to defeat a lot of different enemies to fill up that monster book if you are going for that achievement. So in that case, it is necessary. And you will probably level up a lot faster if you're doing it that way. So you can see within a minute or two, we've already leveled up and we're now level 5. Now that puts us at a pretty good place because as I mentioned in the first video, the max level in this game is 10. So we're already halfway there and we haven't even gotten to our first dungeon yet. We also have some pretty good equipment on us. We have the longsword, which I definitely recommend. We have a small shield, and we have chainmail. Now, if you have enough money at this point, what you can do is go back to Minia and buy the plate mail if you wish. That may help you in the dungeon. Or what you can do is wait and see if you're having any sort of troubles, and, you know, if the dungeon is giving you some difficulty, then that's definitely an option to go back. I wouldn't buy a new shield, however, because we are going to be picking one up, and you don't want to waste your money. Now, if we want to, what we can do is we can also go and speak to the thieves in this area, which I might do before we go into the shrine. I just wanted to demonstrate a little bit of what's going on in that northern mountain area, though. I'm going to come back to the safety of Zepik, and I'm going to end things off here. One quick note before I go, though, is that I have been avoiding saying the name of this game because, embarrassingly enough, it's probably the first game I've played in a very long time where I'm incredibly unsure of the pronunciation, so I did look it up, and the general consensus, to say in English anyways, is Ys. So I am going to try my very best to pronounce the name correctly. I know the first couple of videos I was pronouncing it a couple different ways just to sort of get a feel for how the game should be pronounced, but hopefully from here on out I can go on ahead pronouncing it correctly and not having to feel so self-conscious about not being quite so sure about the pronunciation. So anyhow, just wanted to make a quick note if anybody was wondering or had pointed it out and didn't think I was going to fix it or anything like that. From here, we will continue on in the Northern Mountains next video. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.